battle. This is leap into battle. One of your characters gets +3 until end of turn. So, there you go. Next one up. Medic. Repair 2 damage from one of your characters. Multi-mission gear. When you put this on a specialist, you may play an action. He gets 1+1 defense. You can only put this on a specialist. Okay, you can put it on another character card, but if it's not a specialist, this does not go into effect. The text does not go into effect. You only get the 1 defense and that's it. New designs, that means you play an upgrade. One shall stand, one shall fall. Choose one of your characters and an enemy character. Do 3 damage to each of them. Piercing Blaster. Pierce 3. This is a weapon. Do at least 3 damage when attacking, but not more than attack total, pierce numbers, and add together. So, there you go. Make sure if you're going to use that card, if you got a character card with more than 2 attack, to use it to your advantage. Plasma Burst. Do 2 damage to an enemy. Automatic. Next up is Power Sword. This is a really good card. You can only put this on melee characters only. So you have to look at the character card and see if it says melee, because melee is the only one you can put these on. And it says bold 3, so that means you get to flip 5 cards in total. Next up is Primary Laser. This is a weapon. It gives you 2 attack on top of your +2 attack on top of your character's attack points. Next up is Ramming Speed. Scrap an enemy upgrade. Really good card. Rapid Ascent. This is +1 defense. When you put this on a ranged character, your opponent chooses a card from their hand and scraps it. Like Megatron, for instance. Megatron is ranged, so if you put it on him, you get to tell your opponent to scrap a card from his hand. And that character gets +1. Rapid Conversion. Okay. Rapid Conversion is an action card. Flip one of your characters to its other mode. So, in other words, you can transform them. Make sure you read the text when you flip them, because that goes into effect when you flip them. Ready for Action is the next one up. This one, untap one of your characters that has 10 stars or fewer. That's really good. This one here, called Reinforced Plating, is tough 2, which means you get to flip 2 extra battle cards when defending, so a total of 4. It's armor. It goes on the right side of your character card. Next up is an action card called Repair Bay. Repair 1 damage from each of your characters. Next up, Scrapper Gauntlets. This is a very good card. Gives you +1 defense, and when you put this on a character, scrap an enemy weapon. If you can't, draw a card. So if one of your opponent's characters has a weapon, tell him scrap it. Bye. Next up is security checkpoint. Each player reveals their hand and scraps all upgrades from it. Not good. This is good for your hand, but not good for the opponent. And like I said, you can see here, there's 2 blue icons in here. Some of the battle cards have, when you flip them, will have 2 icons in it. If they do, it's good for you, because if you get 2 blue, you can defend yourself very well. Sometimes they have two or 3 orange as well, and that's good too. Strafing run. This one is do 1 damage to each enemy. This is an action card. Next up is an action card which I talked to you about. This is called Supercharge, and this is a deadly card. This is Supercharge. It's one of your characters gets bold 3 until end of turn. So, in other words, like I said, if you got Grimlock on the field and you add this to him, and you add this on top, you get 8 cards to flip. Now, this one is called Swap Parts. It's banned. It's no longer usable in the game. Choose 2 of your characters, swap all their upgrades. You can't use this card anymore. It's been banned. It was banned because a guy used it in a regional tournament, and it was used in his Infinity deck, and he just he slaughtered a lot of people. And the judges finally decided to look at his deck, and when they saw what he had in his deck, and Swap Parts was one of them, they said, okay, that card's getting banned now. Swarm. This card is flip a battle card for each. This is for Insecticon. Is an action card. It's actually good for Insecticons. Flip a battle card for each Insecticon you began the game with. For each orange you flip, your opponent chooses one of their characters and does 1 damage to it. For each blue you flip, repair 1 damage from one of your characters. Very good card. This should be only used for Insecticons because it says Insecticons. So, next one up is called Team Up Tactics. As you can see, choose one of your characters. If it's a truck, repair 2 damage from it. If it's a car, draw 2 cards. This one here, next one up, is called The Bigger They Are. One of your characters gets +2 attack until end of turn. While it's attacking an enemy that this turn that has more stars than it, it gets Pierce 4, which means, like I said, Pierce 4 goes right through. No way you can defend against it, but it can't go higher than your attack points. Turbo Boosters. This is a utility. Put on cards only. And when you put this on a character, on top of that character, you get +1 attack. And finally, the last one for wave 1, Zap. Do 1 damage to an enemy. And that's it for wave 1 battle cards. I'll be right back. We're going to stop this one and start a new one.